In what way the next generation of GST reforms provide the users?
This is what
How-
it is going to benefit 140 crores people,
Okay.
but the loser is the government. Because the government when GST was introduced, the government was expecting around 101 lakh crore to 112,000 crores, but the government is getting more than 183. Average 22 lakhs last year. The government has collected more than 22 lakhs collection. So government said, why can't we give the benefit to the consumers? And one more thing is, the highest rate was on insurance, general health insurance.
Okay.
That was 18% tax was collected on insurance policies,
Okay.
term insurance, term policy, and health insurance.
Okay.
So this objection was raised by ministers also. For this, what they said, we are withdrawing the GST on term policy and health insurance. So this is going to give a lot of benefit to the insurance policy holders
Okay.
as well as term policy holders.
Sir, what are the potential challenges implementing this next generation of GST?
See, there will be many challenges. The challenge will be one, the selecting the right rate of tax, correct rate of tax. Second is evasion. Third is input tax credit. GST is main issue with input tax credit. Classification of goods. If there are 5 rates of tax, there will be divided into 5 rates. So it will be confusing to on which rate it will be taxed. If the rates are reduced, because of reducing only 2 rates, either 5% or 18%, but more than 95%, government says 99%, at least we can say more than 95% goods are under 5% only. Only 18% taxable rates are only 2 or 3, maybe maximum 5% goods, not more than that. This is the advantage. And evasion. Evasion, how it comes, those who collect the tax but doesn't pay to the government. See, how it happens is, you are going to a restaurant, you are paying a bill, and on that you are paying 5% GST. Whether this person is paying to the government or not, we don't know. There is no mechanism to like that. So government wants to control this type of evasion. And one more evasion is collecting and not showing the turnover. See, all these are happening to restrict that the government is going to take serious action on this evasion. And next one is input tax credit. See, recently the government introduced split taxation, split payment option. Earlier, of course, this was one of the what we call unexpected problem. Of course, businessmen expected, government did not expect that. See, I purchased the goods from one purchaser. I'll purchase for 1 lakh. I'll pay 12,000 rupees tax to him. So I paid him 1,12,000. He has to give me goods for 1 lakh, and he has to pay 12,000 to the government in my name, so that I can claim input tax credit in my while using that. But what is happening is, the person who is collecting the money, the tax also, is not paying to the government, he is not filing returns. So I am losing the benefit of input tax credit. For this, recently the government has introduced the split payment. If I am paying 1,12,000, 1 lakh will go to the seller and 12,000 will go to the GST department. So I need not depend on the mercy of the GST collector, means the seller. This is what recently, but this should have been done earlier itself. This was a long demand from the purchaser side to input tax disputes, or many input tax disputes are because of this reason only. So this is one of the issue was solved.
Sir, when it comes to this healthcare and education, how it is going to applicable?
Education, there is no GST at all. As far as basic education is concerned, it is there is GST. But if it is a professional education, professional learning is there, it will be taxable. It is 18% taxable. Even for health insurance, I told you that health insurance was charged at 18% premium. Now that is withdrawn. Even life insurance, earlier endowment policy was not under LIC, under GST, but term policy was under GST. And even that term policy also excluded from 18% level. Means life insurance with term policies
Okay.
Actually, the government should consider to reduce the rate of GST on services from 18% to at least to 5% only. Because the services gap between the services, of course, they are ready to pay. They are paying that. They are forced to pay. Maybe 25%, 30%, 40%, 50%. But other portion is services only. You are charging services 18% is high rate of tax. So we request the government to reduce the service GST on services from 18 to 5%, so that the service receivers, service payers will be comfortable, service receivers also will be comfortable. This evasion will be reduced if the rates and services, GST rates and services reduced.
When it comes to householders and as well as business, how it is going to applicable?
How it is benefited means, suppose a householder, he purchases 25,000 material for a month. In this month, he purchased 25,000 material. In that, he has paid GST of 18% or 12%, or you can say 12%. Means 3,000 he is paying a GST. So after this amendment, after this GST reform, GST amendment, all these goods which were under 12% brought back to 5%. So on this 25,000, earlier he was paying 3,000 rupees. Now he has to pay only 5%. That is 1,250 only. So he is saving 1,750 rupees, 750 rupees per month.
Yes.
This is the benefit given to every household of the Indian people. Majority are middle class or Indians will be more benefited by reducing the GST rate from 12% to 5%, 18% to 5%, especially for regularly used commodities, regularly used material, anything. Food items, some eatable items, even which were banned earlier tax rate 12%, 5%, now it is exempted. Many milk products exempted. All these are the advantages given to middle class, or means middle class families of India.
Right. When it comes to stakeholders and industry side, sir, how they are going to be?
What is happening in this industry side? The government has made another rate of tax, third rate of tax, that is sin tax. Means those who are spending excess amounts, or on luxury, or what we'll call prohibited products, maybe tobacco or some other products, that will be taxed at 40%. Suppose a car, if you are purchasing a car below 3200 cc, it is taxable. Earlier it was taxable 28%. Now it is reduced to 18%. 28 to 18. 10% automatically reduced. Means the cars below 3200 cc become cheap by 10%. Suppose earlier you used to purchase, you used to pay, if you buy a car of 20 lakhs, and that you have to use to pay 5,60,000, 28% as GST. Now, whatever it is coming, 3,60,000. Means 2 lakhs reduced. Bringing from 18% to 28% to 18%. But where it is when the CC capacity it is engine capacity more than 3,200 cc, they made bifurcation. More than 3,200 cc, it is called luxury car. For that, what the government did, instead of 28%, you have to pay 40%. Means discourage luxury expenditure. And one more thing is tobacco products, unhealthy products, maybe cigarettes, anything that is increased rate from 28% to 40%. So this is the changes introduced by the GST Council in its 56th meeting, which will come into effect from 22nd of this year.